Hi, I'm Carissa and I wrote the booked out little ebook that you should have in your email inbox by now, and I wanted to make a video that went with it so that I can more thoroughly explain each of the 7 points that I wrote in the book that will hopefully help you get booked out in your business. The reason why I wrote the book is because I've been helping businesses grow for 7 years now, and I have grown my own businesses using these techniques since I was 21 years old. And I really just want to share them and make more people aware of the most important things that need to be done in your business if you want to help it keep growing consistently. So if we haven't met before, hi, I'm Carissa. My story is that I started a little spray tanning business in my garage of a rental property when I was 21 in Brisbane, Australia. And I had no idea what I was doing. It was like a side project from my day job. Facebook and Instagram did not exist yet. There was only MySpace, but I used MySpace and a really basic little website, and I managed to get really busy really fast. Like, I was so busy that I realized my phone was ringing and I was getting texts like all day while I was sitting at my day job as a graphic designer at a signage company. And there came a point that I realized, like, well, actually I could be making so much more money working for myself if I could answer all these calls and book all these people in during the day. And so I left my job and went full-time in my business. But the way that I got it there, the way that I got it so busy, and then after a year I opened my first actual salon shop as well. I took my business out of home, opened a store, hired my first 2 employees, and then got that shop really, really busy that I couldn't take on any more clients either. So then I opened a second location, and then a year and a half later opened another location. And by the time I was 25, I had 3 stores. I had girls working in all of them. I wasn't working in the stores myself unless I had to, if someone called in sick or anything. But how I got there was by religiously, unconsciously at the time, because I was doing all these things, but I didn't realize that I was doing them until I kind of started teaching it, and then I had to break down exactly what I was doing. But that's why I wanted to put all these things in a book and make this video. So I'm going to start with just going through each one of these things in order, because I gave a very brief description in the book. I wanted to make the book very, very short and to the point, and then the videos accompanying the book, obviously, to kind of deep dive a little bit more into each of the topics. But I still want to try and keep it short for you, because I know you're probably super busy. So first one is new clients. As I mentioned in the book, it's really important that you always have really great marketing, a really great first impression, a really great website and social media accounts that are designed and set up to make it easy for new clients who are looking for what you do to find you, to get excited, and to want to choose to do business with your business. So usually, like, a really great brand image is a good place to start. Also having a new client special, or a new client package, or a new client discount or something. But you always want to make sure that you are, I'm highly a big advocate for advertising, especially social media advertising, because I used it myself to grow my businesses quite quickly as well. But you always want to make sure that the people who need your products and services, they're all out there in the world living their lives, doing their thing. You need to make it easy for them to know you exist, to know what you do, to know what you've done for others, and to be able to make it easy for them to choose to do business with you. And a lot of business owners, what they do is they sit around going, I'm posting all this stuff on social media, but like, how do I get more clients? And you're already spending so much time creating posts and posting things and using hashtags and editing photos and all of that kind of stuff. But if you're not actually spending money on your efforts and making it easy for new people to see your work, then it's not making it easy for them to choose you or to buy from you. So that's why I'm such a big fan of advertising, and even just simple boosted posts. When you do them really well and when you do them consistently, you can make so much money and bring so many new clients into your business every single week, every single month. And that's a big part of what I've been teaching as a coach and consultant for quite a while now. Now, that's the first point. So new clients, you always need to have marketing and ads running set up to get new clients into your business. But then that's not how you get booked out. And so many people think that it is. They're like, I just need more clients. I just need new clients and then I'll be busier. But if you actually are not doing things on the inside of your business to help those new clients come back again and again and again, to help them like have a really, really great experience and want to tell everybody how great you are, to leave you amazing reviews, to refer their friends. If there's things on the inside of your business that are missing, then yeah, you're never going to be booked out. You're always going to be on that hamster wheel, running, chasing more clients. I like to look at it as though, and I did a short course on this a little while ago, if you have a bathtub and you're trying to fill up the bathtub with water, there's a very loud motorcycle that's going past right now. So if you're trying to fill up your bathtub with water and the new clients are the water coming into the bath, but then you don't have the plug in, the plugs, all of these other little 6 tips that I'm going to give you, that all the new clients are just going down the drain. Like, so you're just always trying to fill this bath, but your shop can never, or your business can never be fully booked with the plug out. So let's get into the next steps. Upselling. I did give a little tip on how to upsell in the book. Upselling doesn't have to be icky. A lot of people feel really uncomfortable around upselling, and it's typically because they are thinking about the money that they want to make from people. They're thinking about it as though I'm only doing this because I want to make more money from this customer. And that's, you really need to change that thinking, because I trained myself to look at upselling as though, well, it's actually my job to find out if they want anything else, if they need anything else. And then if they do, I will recommend something to them. So then it becomes less about like trying to get people to buy more and more about trying to find out what people want and need and then offering them extra things. So one of the best ways that I used to do this was just ask people, either when they were actually making the appointment, when they were making the booking, or when they were in the store, is there anything else that you need while you're here? Is there anything else that you want during the same appointment? For hair salons, a lot of the strategies that I've taught has been, because I used to do spray tanning, eyelash extensions, and hair extensions. I kind of left that out in the beginning. Hair salons is typically like, yeah, how's your product going at home? Like, do you need any more shampoo and conditioner, or are you happy with your current shampoo and conditioner? And by asking questions instead of telling people things, they're more likely to sell themselves into something. So if you say something like, are you happy with the shampoo and conditioner that you're using right now? And they're not, then they'll start asking about the shampoo and conditioner that you sell, as an example. So yeah, questions are the best way to upsell. Asking people if they need or want anything, asking people if they're currently happy with what they're using at home, and they will tell you whether or not they're interested in buying something else. And then it takes all of the pressure off you and they sell themselves into it. So that's my favorite way of upselling. Obviously, there's lots of different ways that you can do that for lots of different businesses, but it is important because that way, every time you get a new client, you are maximizing the return on investment from all of the energy and effort and money that you're spending to get that new client in the first place. The third one is rebooking. So this is a huge one that I see a lot of, especially hair and beauty salon owners and a lot of other industries as well. There's a fear or an inconsistency around asking people if they want to come back or not. And usually the fear is of a rejection, of people not liking me. I had this so bad in the start. I never wanted to ask anyone if they wanted to rebook because I just thought they would say no because they didn't like me. And until I kind of identified that, or because they weren't happy, it was like my biggest fear. Until I identified that and was able to kind of change my thinking around it again, I kind of sucked at it and my team sucked at it as well, because I was always like, well, you have to rebook, you have to ask people, you have to get people to come in for their maintenance every 6 to 8 weeks for hair extensions, otherwise they're going to get all dreaded out. But we had to change the way that we did that as well, which usually involved, I'm not going to go into like heaps of detail on it in this particular video, but I want to give you a little bit, usually involves educating the client as to why they should rebook, why they need to rebook, and what could happen if they don't. So of course this is going to depend on different services, like you know, nails, refills. Like when I first got my nails done the first time, this is just another little side story that's now coming to me, like years and years ago, I didn't know that I was supposed to go and get them refilled every 2 to 3 weeks, because the person that did them didn't tell me that. They just were like, okay, there's your nails, go. And then they all grew out and I was like, what do I do now? Like, and I thought that I had to just wait till they grew out or get them removed and then get a new set. So there's so many little things like that it's really important as your job as the entrepreneur, that in order to get more people rebooking and coming back, which is a massive part of getting booked out, because if all of your existing clients that you have now were just coming back more regularly, you'd be fully booked. But you have to be able to educate the client on what could happen if they don't, give them a couple of options as to when they could rebook. If they don't rebook, then you need to follow up with them at a certain time in a certain way. And also if you have employees, then they all need to be doing this consistently as a part of your operation system as well. Okay, so the next one that I had was following up. And so this is a part of the rebooking as well. Like follow-ups, there's so many different types of follow-ups that you should be doing as a business owner. You follow up with people who inquired but didn't buy. You've got to follow up with clients who haven't been in for a long time. You've got to follow up with clients who, their next appointment might be due. But once again, it's not about trying to get them to buy from you or to book in. If you come at it from a perspective of, I want to find out how this person's going and if they need help right now, that's the best energy to bring into rebooking. So as an example, if someone inquired with me about, one of my products or services, and then I gave them the information and they decided not to buy for whatever reason, they weren't ready or they talked themselves out of it. If I never follow up with that person, if I just be like, okay, cool, they don't want it, whatever, and then go on with my life, typically they're not going to buy. But what you'll find is if you get in the habit of doing this, even if it's just once a month, going back and following up with people and just asking, not like, hey, do you still want this? But like, hey, how are you going? Are you still struggling with this? Are you still thinking about getting this done? Did you end up going with someone else even? Like, it just shows that you're a human who cares about another human. And that is the secret to successful business, which makes things so much easier sometimes, I find anyway. And then if you remove the attachment, remove the emotional attachment to whatever their response is going to be, like you don't hope for a yes, you don't hope for you don't think that it's going to be a no, you just come at it asking them like, hey, how are you going? Were you still interested in this? Did you want to know more about a different option that I could provide? Are you still struggling with this problem that you told me that you had last time? It's by just doing that, like either weekly or monthly, you're going to get so many more of those people to be like, well, actually, yes, I still want that. Or if they're ready, they're going to choose you because you showed that you cared about them. Hopefully that makes sense. Sip of water. Okay, so the next one is referrals. So if you didn't know already, referrals, like a happy customer telling one of their friends and then their friends comes to your business, is like the best way to grow a business. Absolutely the best. Like, because this is why trust is transferable. Excuse me. So what I mean by that is if one of your customers really loves you and really trusts you, and their friend doesn't know about your business, but they trust that person, if that person tells their friend about you or tells their friends on social media or whatever, those people automatically trust your business by default. So if you have really happy clients who are going around telling their friends and family members about you, leaving you positive reviews online, tagging you in their photos. It's such an effortless way on your part to grow your business because they are doing the marketing for you. They are being your salesperson for you. So one of the best ways that I used to get a lot of referrals was, one, you have to provide an outstanding customer experience. You have to make that person really feel good about you and your business and your product. But two, I would ask clients, and I would have automated email sequences that went out after people's bookings and stuff that would encourage them to tag my business on Instagram, to tag me on Facebook, to leave a review on social media, because I've always understood the power of social media. But I just wanted to share that so that you know how powerful referrals actually are, and to once again, if you have just been thinking that like new clients is the answer, or more clients, but you're not putting that little bit of extra love and care and energy into your existing clients and like blowing their mind with an amazing experience in your business, then you could be missing out on a lot of referrals. You don't have to do referral cards and referral rewards and stuff. You definitely can. They can work, but I always found that they didn't work as well as me and my team putting in that little bit more effort to just really wow them and then ask for a referral, or ask for a testimonial or a review or a tag, or a shout out or whatever. So if you want to learn more about customer experience, I have a book recommendation for you. Go and look up the book Raving Fans by Ken Blanchard. I think it is either on Audible or as a printed book. It's a really quick little book, but it'll make a massive difference to your thinking and the experience that your business provides. So the next one is relationships. Once again, very, very important. Doesn't need to take that much time, but a lot of people completely ignore it. And what relationship building is thinking about each one of your customers as if they're like a friend, and you want to nurture that friendship. You want them to stay a friend of your business. If you ignore people, they will find it very easy to ignore you back and maybe not come back to your business, maybe not buy again, maybe not talk about you, not appreciate you. So one of the best ways to build relationships is just your social media marketing can be a good part of that, because showing up regularly and consistently for your audience, for your existing audience, not just every post being about trying to get new clients in. If you make some of your posts or a lot of your posts designed to be for your existing clients to see and interact with, that's a really good way to start building relationships on social media. But also sending emails. So if you've got a customer database, you collect customer data, you collect their emails, you collect their phone numbers. You definitely should be if you're not. But if you just send an email once a month that's designed to nurture and build relationships, not just trying to sell a promotion, you definitely can include a promotion in that email as well. But it's the way that it's written. And then that person gets an email from you every month that they actually want to open, they actually want to read, and maybe they actually want to reply to. That's building relationships with your audience. So yeah, if you just get in the habit of doing that once a month, and also just thinking about, the content that you're posting right now on social, is it all about just trying to get new clients, or are you actually thinking about, I want to share this with my current clients because maybe they'll like or benefit from it. Huge way to improve your engagement. And strategy is the final point that I had. Strategy in growing your business and becoming booked out means that all of these things, you need to have a schedule or a strategy to make sure that they get done, or even a checklist. I know there's lots of different types of people and entrepreneurs out there. Some people love following a system. Some people love following a plan. On Mondays I do this, on Tuesdays I do this, on Fridays I do this, once a month I do this. That's great. Definitely do that if you're that type of person. But if you're the other type of person who kind of flies by the seat of their pants and makes things up as they go, me, I try to stick to a plan, I really do, but I find it so hard. Then I tend to just kind of have like a checklist, or even like a mental checklist, where these things just get done. Because in the beginning, when I was doing all these things and my business was growing and getting booked out, I was just doing them all on autopilot. I didn't have a system. I was just making sure that I did them, and then when I started hiring people, then I started systemizing it and writing it down and making sure that everybody was following these things the same way that I was. But I still took the responsibility for doing the social media posts. I still did the emails, the relationship emails, and I was then responsible for leading and training and managing my team to be able to make sure that they were doing these things as well. I automated as much as I could. But if you want to grow your business, you need to have a plan. You need to have that strategy to follow.